says his
Are you sure you want to do that?
Go, Alex.
Are we done? Are you doing a countdown or just go?
No, I'm just sending you in, like right
Okay.
now. Like right now.
All right. All right.
I got a Star Wars shirt on. This works.
Hey,
I
everyone.
got mine.
Showing our Star Wars shirts. Hey, everyone. Are we live? Are we good?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay, excellent. Hey, everyone. Thank you for coming back. This craziness. We had some things that we had to update here on Zoom, so we're a little bit late. Sorry about that. Welcome, Star Wars Episode 3 for us, not Revenge of the Sith.
We should copyright Episode 3 Star
I think
Wars.
that's a really good idea, Mitchell. I don't think we
Wait, we're
Yes.
not playing D&D?
We're not
Okay.
playing D&D.
Oh,
We're not. No. I'm Alex. I am the GM. We have an exciting adventure as we continue on. I'm going to start going around. You guys just say your name. Don't need to say your character names, but just give an introduction. Any plugs you want to do, starting off with Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. Yeah, I have nothing to plug. Hope everybody's having a happy quarantine and that this could be entertaining for somebody that's trapped in their house going crazy.
Unlike you. No, just kidding. I love you.
I'm essential.
You are essential. Because he still works. Jasmine.
Hi, I've been on the show a lot, especially for Age Pass, and like we did the what was it, the Sherlock Holmes episode. I'm sure you would love the
Yeah, I really
the
need to
Baker
get
Street.
people to say they've been on the show a lot without like a tear escaping from their eyes. So
I was gonna be on Cartel, but then school happened, and then
then the
A lot of-
cartel happened.
You also play Age Past, right?
yep, Age Pass. I'm still playing Age Pass actually.
Age Pass is a great system created by a great guy. There's my plug for Jeff McClinsky.
If you
Okay.
like lore and you like really lore heavy games, this is a game you should play.
I love you, Jeff. And we have a new player starting tonight. James, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is James Glass, and I am the new guy on the block. I don't have much social media presence. I do want to give a shout out to my son Aiden, who is probably watching right now, and his mom Anna, my whole family, hopefully, if everybody followed the links that I sent in today. So, hi everybody! I'm really happy to be here. Thank you guys so much for letting me play with you. I absolutely love the story so far. I am so grateful to be here, and I am really looking forward to tonight.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's always good to know that people watch us. It's a little horrifying because I have to imagine that nobody's watching this.
No, you have to assume everyone's watching.
No, let's not do that.
I don't think anyone's
Panics.
watching us. I think we're great.
I think we've got at least how many people do we have right now? We've got at least 4 or 5 people,
We got
right?
9
Four or
viewers.
five?
Yeah.
9?
So hold on. If
Yeah.
kids, if your kids are watching, should we like bleep
No.
our language?
No, not at all. He's a teenager. He is initiated
all.
for sure. So
Though
he probably
maybe-
knows words that I don't even know yet.
Maybe
so,
if
no.
we watch our language, Disney will have us for like the next Star Wars episode.
No.
I mean,
Pull
they
no
don't
punches.
have Star Wars.
Pull
So.
no
Star
punches,
Wars-
give no fucks. That'd be
Star
fine.
Wars sitcom, man. I'd love it.
That was called the holiday special.
I
2.5
thought I should have
midichlorians.
Oh,
That
no.
holiday special haunts my dreams.
It should. It should always
Do
haunt your
not-
dreams.
Oh
There's
God.
gonna-
Oh.
I'm gonna actually put more holiday special Easter eggs in this game. There was one
No.
before.
Mhm.
I put Easter
No.
eggs in this game routinely
Yeah.
for crazy stupid fans that are like, I know what that is. There's a crazy stupid Easter egg for the holiday special.
Yeah, and if you really want to get into the lore, the new Picard series, spot on.
Mitchell, throw yourself off a really tall building.
And last player to introduce
Social
themselves,
distancing, Daniel. I can't go out there.
Mitchell, plug yourself.
Just go live in the garbage can.
Oh shit! I just forgot. I did not take out the trash like I was supposed to.
Go outside, Mitchell.
Yeah. For the Daystar is.
Mitchell,
Hi, my name is Mitchell. I am the Twitch director of this show. If you're curious about what that means, it doesn't really mean anything. I just kind of sit here and watch as these amazing people do amazing things. But nonetheless, this is Penny for a Tale. We focus on TTRPGs of the indie and awesome variety, including Fantasy Flight Game Star Wars, which is super cool. So far, no one has whipped out a lightsaber, so I'm very proud of everyone. But other than that,
I think that I remember from the first episode, someone, I believe it was you, threw 5 lightsabers at the stormtroopers.
who threw like?
You did.
Nah, that doesn't sound like me.
No, not at all.
He got a child drunk. That's what he did.
I did
Disclaimer
not
thing.
do anything. I just enabled. All right, according to
All right.
Star Wars law, I'm fine.
All right. So now that everyone is introduced, we can start. So last game, I maybe forgot, maybe did not forget. It doesn't matter. Dice roll or destiny rolls. We'll do this at the start of every game as long as I remember or somebody reminds me. The destiny dice, it is you all can start to roll that. So it is one dice that we roll at the beginning of the game. And it will either land on light side points or dark side points. They'll tell me what it is. And throughout the game, if there's anything exceedingly challenging, they can use any light side points from the collective. So if they all rolled light side points, they'd have 4 total possible light side points. Sometimes there's 2 on the dice. So during a challenging encounter, they can take 1 light side die and make it a dark side die. I can use the dark side die for similar situations to make their lives horrible, essentially. And they have the opportunity to do a couple different things. The 2 things that I'm going to allow for this would be to push the roll. So instead of it'll be bumping up your dice with it. So let's say you had an agility of 3, that's 3 total dice, and only one of them is a yellow dice. If you use a light side destiny point, you can make that another yellow dice, a part of your 3 dice. So you have that, or I'm going to allow a reroll. But after that reroll is what you have to have. There is no other. That's the final one. So those 2 options, and for every dark side point that they roll or that they change over, I can use it in a similar fashion, and I will because I want to kill them. Just kidding. I love you all. So
I got a dark side point.
You got a dark side point? Okay.
Yep.
Daniel, would you?
I got a double dark side.
Ooh, boy. Ooh, Jasmine.
I think I misclicked something. So for the destiny roll, are we rolling just the 1 white and then 1?
Yep. No, just the 1 white.
Oh, okay.
It's just 1. Yep.
Do you want me to roll too?
Yes.
I rolled 1 dark side.
Ooh, boy. This happened.
I got 2 light side.
Oh, thank God.
Okay,
so
so
kind of
so Jasmine just saved all of you, because otherwise I would have had a lot. And so yes, you as a group have 2 light side points that you can use at any time. Like I said, those are the 2 helpful things I am allowing. If you want to do anything else and want to use a lights or a destiny point, ask me and we'll see. Maybe I could be like totally okay with giving you more information about something in return for that. So that is
I did have a question because we got XP last time.
We did. We got XP.
Does the XP count as the career tree kind of thing, or is that?
Yeah, we can talk about it like after game, but you can use your XP to buy up additional talents in the tree or other things. We can look at it later and go over what you want to do, but you should have a total of 10 experience points because we had 5 for each game previously. So and we'll do XP buys between games, not during. So but we can look at that later.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to tell everybody, because we've been playing and we have not mentioned what we've added since then, but
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes. Take a look at your talent trees, take a look at the skills that you have, and we can go over and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you're awesome. So, back to where we were. Having just escaped the TIG space station narrowly after the onslaught of the Empire descending upon the space station, our group narrowly escapes with their Rebel Alliance friend, compadre, Red, the Rhodian, who had some sort of secret chip that he had implanted in his arm, that Belandi wonderfully took out and helped him with a spork, with a bar spork, and getting down into the hangar bay to get onto the YT-2400 and narrowly escape. Along that escape route, you encountered a mysterious person thing we don't know, a ship that flew alongside you towards the end and offered you a very, very awesome offer that Noah was a little bit disappointed that he didn't get to hear the end of.
I know, right? Like, come on.
The offer is to get rid of all these problems and to help you in your quest, because obviously you needed help at that point. And as the Rogue Squadron came in at the last moment to assist, you were able to jump into light speed. So here you are traveling on your YT-2400 through hyperspace to light speed. And that's where we left off. The ship is currently in light speed. The astrogation that it was taking so long, it was having difficulties pinpointing a safe location to jump to, because during light speed you have to have your endpoint and know kind of exactly where you're going so you don't end up in the middle of an asteroid. So that is what we're doing. And Noah had left off with Red punching him maybe in the face, Red leaving the area, and you guys having just escaped. What you guys doing?
I'm hopefully being medically treated by the doctor on the ship.
Nah.
You did take some damage. What kind of damage did you take? What's wrong?
I took all the damage. I had shrapnel, concussive force.
Yeah, whatever damage I was supposed to have, he took it.
Yeah, I had a few laser blasters to the knee, or to the leg. Just your all-around pincushion for the last game.
I imagine you're just lying on the table like you are now. It's like, hey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is he still conscious? Because I remember.
Yeah, no, because Bit gave him something.
Oh yeah, the adrenaline shot because I was walking away. So if you forgot, everybody, I am the space doctor person. Really don't ask a whole lot of people's permission when it comes to medical services. Just I assess and I do. That's it. So we told a little bit to give her companion an adrenaline shot to the face, but I'm pretty sure she did it on the arm like you're supposed to. But
she did it in the heart.
Right in the eye.
Pulp Fiction style with the little.
No, she would have assisted, and is very worried, and is kind of by Quigley's side and anxiously watching as he starts to maybe come to and recover, but she is very in tune and doesn't want to leave his side.
So as we're walking away, I'm talking to Noah about the extra person that stranger mentioned about.
What? Well, yeah, that was the daughter. The one I was trying to find.
Is she still on the ship, or did?
Yeah, she's in her room, practicing her multiplication tables,
doing her homework.
Yeah, Jen was on the ship. She did make herself known towards the end of the last game, and yeah, Noah, tell what are you doing right now? Since you did give Jen homework.
Well, after slapping that rebel guy a couple of times, get doubt out of my energy, I'm gonna go in and be like, hey Jen, how's it going?
She's in her room. I shared a map or what the ship diagnostics looks like. So you can kind of see where just everything is. The layout is.
Did I miss that?
It's on Facebook. Ooh, this will help. She is in her kind of quarters, or it's a small room. It probably was shared by her father as well. And she is sitting on the bed crying.
Oh, Jen, honey, are you okay? Is the multiplication tables that hard? We can really kind of go back, huh?
I want to go home.
You know what? Your home's kind of it's not doing too well right now. You know, we were talking about subtraction. How sometimes there is something, but subtraction takes away something.
Yeah.
Okay, what's 1 minus 1?
0.
Okay.
0.
I know that before then, 0 was just kind of this concept that, you know, you grasp in sort of the theoretical sense of it, but your home is no more. Your home is 0.
At that point, she's crying. She's bawling.
Okay.
She doesn't.
I'm gonna go get some cereal and blue milk. Did you want some for?
No, she's just gonna cry. She doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna awkwardly like. Okay, 50% of that needs to be done by tonight.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go over to what was it, Quigley?
Bit will look up at you. Yeah.
Hey, is Quigley awake?
Yeah, Quigley is conscious.
Hey, Quigley, come on. Hey, buddy, wake up.
What do you mean I'm awake?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my bad. So you have a small child, you know. How do you know, I never really had much deal in my classroom setting, the counseling of childlike feelings and emotions. Honestly, that was really something I reserved for the parents and made sure that it never came out in the classroom. That's kind of what my agreement with them was. How do you comfort one so small who has lost everything, including her dad?
The truth.
I mean, I want you to lie to me. I'm an adult, so don't lie to me.
You know, tell her the truth.
Oh, tell her the truth? I think I did.
Then
Okay.
she'll process in her own time, and if she's strong enough, she'll, you know,
What do you mean if she's strong enough? She's a kid. She doesn't have to have strength. And strength is not... I mean, what do you do when you lose someone? It's horrific. I don't think there is strength for that. It just kind of breaks you no matter what.
Hugh's gonna turn to Bit and pat her on the head and tell her to go talk to Jen.
Tell her mom and tell her dad's dead.
Don't just go and...
You said truth.
No. Bit will nod and think of this as like a job mission from you. And she'll hear what Noah said and just kind of shake her head and go, "That's dumb." And then run off.
Whoa.
And then
You're
run off.
not getting a gold star. Gosh, she is sassy. So what are we going to do now? Because my options are to educate and to beat the shit out of the rebel guy. And the rebel guy has pussyfooted himself into his room and has probably locked it. And I can't teach a crying kid, so...
What do you mean you beat him?
I slapped him upside the face.
Oh, God.
What?
Well, no, we have, but very few options in this situation. Right now we have brazenly allied ourselves with the rebels.
Can we not? Like...
We already did. I'm pretty sure they have video footage of us all through that station helping a rebel escape.
Now,
And
to be
killing-
honest, for about a quarter of it, I was in a box, so maybe they didn't see me.
Were you not running through the alleyways with us?
Shush your face.
Look, we can drop you off at a space station if you want. You can go about trying to fit into the Empire if you want. But this is the choice that we've collectively made. So you can come along, or you can die on a space station from the Empire.
I'll stay with you guys until things get weird. Honestly, I think I owe that person who killed her dad.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
Blondie, where are you? Do you overhear this?
Melanie is in the navigation quarters. Is that what that is? Oh my gosh. She went to go find food.
Okay. All right,
You are
that's
in the
fine.
wrong spot.
I was like, wait, I'm looking at this ship. I'm like, what part did I turn?
Steering wheel looks like a donut.
Right.
Red is will appear in the kitchen quarters or the wherever the there's a word for it. I keep saying chow, but that's too military. That's the
Yeah, it is. Chow hall. There we
chow,
go.
but it's not that big.
The mess
It is
hall?
like it is like a
That's-
countertop and a microwave.
I
No,
believe
it
the word
is
you're looking
now.
for is galley.
Galley, there we go. That is the word I am looking for.
There we go. I'm gonna write that
Ship
down.
words. He appears in the galley as well with you. And he is kind of, tending to possibly the start of a some mark on his face, looking for ice or something. And he's kind of keeping quiet. He's like, I don't know how long the ship is going to hold. It doesn't sound that good.
So Melania's just gonna slowly eat and just resist the urge to try and help him with his scar. Like,
Is she staring at him like very pointedly at the wound?
she's very upset that he's not taking care of it better, but it's starting to like bother her very slowly. But she's being quiet about it. Like, everyone they have their own way of fixing themselves, but this.
As he's trying to pull out some ice, he, and make some sort of like pack with it to put against it. He spills the ice, and it falls. He's like, oh crap, oh man. So he gets down, starts to pick it up, and starts to put it like in the thing. He's obviously struggling. He doesn't really care. He's just trying to do something to keep his mind off of what's happening.
So she's gonna take a couple steps towards him and still keep eating her space porridge. I don't know much about ships, but apparently the thing that you're pointing out, is that something we need to be worried about now, or?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
So she's gonna scoot even closer and like, are you sure? How sure are you?
I'm like, I think we'll be fine. The navigation is a little weird. I think that we're heading closer towards Narshada. But I'm not, and as that happens, your ship begins to violently shake. Everyone make an agility roll.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Make an agility roll at 2 purple difficulty. That's it.
Never.
You would.
Hey, do I have agility? I don't have agility.
Do I have agility?
You all should have agility.
Fuck.
Mitchell, what?
2 failures.
Okay.
I go right through the window.
You do.
Wait, is agility the same as coordination, or is that more of a?
You
It's one of
can.
the base stats.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
the
a
base
part of
stat?
this. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like at the top of your character sheet, there should be the six base stats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So for the base stat is just the 3 green.
Yeah, and then you would put 3 green, 2 purple.
Okay. Sorry guys, it's been a minute.
It is, yeah.
It's been in a
I've got-
galaxy far, far away.
I got 5 successes.
Okay.
He does not do spill a drop of porridge.
No.
Just everything's shaking. I'm just like, keep going.
Quigley, what did you get?
I got 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay, cool. All right, so as the ship begins to violently shake, alarms start going off as well. The lighting changes a little bit to signaling that there's an issue with this ship, that it's either being hit or it's taken hit or that it's breaking apart. So Noah, your failures landed you against a large, what looks to be like a large metal cabinet. As the ship starts to shake, you fall into it, and it opens, and just metal parts start to fall on you, and you take one wound.
Fucking A!
Large metal piece of something falls on your head, and it hurts, and you have an owie.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to roll into this cabinet and close the door.
Belandi, you who got a very great agility, you managed to keep not only your porridge from spilling, but you also managed to keep Red from falling over and possibly injuring himself further. You're able to grab a hold of him and stabilize him as the ship, begins to change. He's like, I knew it. We have to get back up to the helm. We have to go. We have to see what's going on.
Not before I finish my porridge.
He will go running out and tearing out towards the helm. And Quigley, you managed to keep yourself righted on the medical table that you're on. I'm guessing that you're on, and you're able not to die with any negative hit points. What do you all do?
I mean, I'm in this cabinet now.
Okay, you live there.
On the intercom and start like yelling, "What the fuck? Like, who's driving?"
So I finish my porridge and I go over to the intercom. Remain calm, everyone. We are expecting some turbulence. Apparently, our ship is shaking itself apart, but don't worry about it. We'll fix it in a second.
Blondie, you fix people, not ships.
Like I said, don't worry about it.
I'm very worried about it. Where's the teacher?
Rushing to the cockpit.
Okay. As you get to the cockpit, Belandi, you see that Red is frantically pushing buttons and trying to bring up the diagnostic for the ship, but it is the screen or the hologram that's projected is not working. It's flickering. You can only see a little portions of of diagnostics coming up, and he's just shaking his head and sweating. He's like, we're dropping out of light speed. I can't keep it up. There's a fuel leak. I don't know.
Don't keep it up. We're just let's try and allow it to just drop. How close are we to Nasher now?
Arsha, I don't know. I can't. So at that point, the ship will drop out of light speed, out of hyperspace, and you will see in the distance there is actually. I'll give you. No, you can see it. Since you are in the helm and the cockpit, you can kind of see everything. You do see a planet in the distance, but Red is kind of quickly trying to figure out where you guys are. Do you try to assist him?
Yes.
Okay. Give me an astrogation roll.
Astrogation. And what's the challenge?
2 purple, but I'm going to give you a blue die because our friend is helping. Red is helping.
All right. And I have 3 successes and 3 advantages.
Lord, okay.
It's going to turn bad very soon, guys.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine. You're able to tell through the maps that are loaded onto this the computer for the ship that this is Rishi, Rishi. This planet is beautiful. It is a tropical planet. It is not inhabited too widely, sparsely populated, and it does not hold rebel or empire nobility, or like it's not one of either. It's kind of a remote planet, but it is a part of the Rishi Maze. So
Do you
that's just
see
kind
anywhere to
of,
possibly crash land?
you're a little far away from it. However, your ship is readily speeding towards it. So
Oh, good. Okay.
what are the rest of you guys doing? What's happening?
I'm staying in my cabinet. This seems like the safest place to be right now.
Okay.
I'm grabbing my rifle and heading to the cockpit to shoot the pilots.
Bit and Jen will run out of Jen's room, and Bit will make it a point to find you with Jen in tow. And what's going on? What's happening?
You two are going to strap yourselves into a chair and hold on for the ride.
Are we crashing?
Let's hope not.
Are you flying?
Let's hope not.
We're gonna crash. Is just what Bit looks over and tells Jen.
Seatbelts, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Quigley would try to hurriedly help the children strap into the chairs, and before strapping himself into one, looking around, noticing that Noah's not there, sighing heavily, and just letting it be.
Just gonna push the intercom. Noah, if you're still sober, stay where you are. We are landing soon.
You just hear like a scream.
I think he's fine. Let's go.
All right. So Belandi, unfortunately, you are the pilot. You are the main pilot in this.
Unfortunately, I've been doing well since we
You have
started.
been.
Okay.
You have been. I apologize.
Oh shit! Shots fired.
Shots have been
Holy
fired.
God.
I say it unfortunately because Red is not much help for all this, and this was not his piloting role in his piloting device. So I need you to make some piloting rolls. We're gonna do first is space.
Okay, space.
The final frontier.
Okay, so for space.
So space, you're going to it's going to be 2 purple and 1 black.
Okay.
I will also put in 1 red die
Okay.
because the ship has just dropped out of light speed. It's coming in hot. It has a lot of damage to itself already. Parts are starting to, kind of maybe shake off.
Okay, so I got 1 success, 2 threats.
Okay, cool. Let me roll something for Red real quick. Make sure that he doesn't kill all of you. He won't.
Who's killing us?
I'm sorry, GM. Are you saying?
Yeah, hold on. What the?
No, it's fine. Red's fine.
Supposed to mute.
Kill all of you.
No TPK. No TPK.
So with your success, you're able to keep the ship together as you bridge the distance between space and the planet. As you get closer to the planet, you realize this is a pretty big planet. This is it's greenish and blue in color. And as you start to get closer and start to feel the atmosphere, the ship, of course, will begin to shake more and get hotter. More signals will start to go off and alert you that the temperature is starting to become an issue with this as well. So at this point, give me a piloting planetary roll.
Okay, and what's the challenge for that one too?
Same challenge. 2 purple, 1 black, 1 red.
And is Red still assisting?
Red
Kinda.
is still, Red is still assisting. He is doing the best that he can. He is sweating bullets.
Okay.
Oh, collect the bullets then. I might need those
Hang in
later.
there. I just need you to calming aura. 2 advantages, 1 failure.
Okay. All right. So as you're coming in, you feel kind of like a drop. The ship kind of does a drop. I don't know if you've ever been into a plane that had that hit a pocket of air and it suddenly drops. It's very jarring. But that's what it feels like.
I'm usually in the cabinet.
Yeah, usually in the cabinet. Since there's only Quigley, were you buckled in?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
They buckled in.
All right. Anybody who wasn't buckled in,
Does a cabinet
Noah?
equal a buckle? Like it's
No.
it's like a metal buckle.
It's full of metal shrapnel.
Yeah, I'm
I
in the
mean,
safest
it's
of
bolted
places.
down, right? Like, kind of semi-bolted.
All right. Give me your let's we'll do a we'll do no. Yeah, we'll do a coordination. We'll do a coordination roll for this one.
For who?
For you.
Hold on,
For
leave
you.
me alone. I've been very quiet. So you
No.
can-
The ship is entering the atmosphere of a planet. It is very jarring. There's a part that just maybe have fallen off. As you quickly descend, you are in a metal cabinet full of metal things flying around. So the challenge is 2 purple die and 1 black die.
That makes sense.
Use
All
it
right,
as
let's roll it. It's a wash.
Oh, it's a wash. Lucky for you. Oh man, I had things planned for you.
Oh no.
So as the ship is descending, Noah is in this metal cabinet full of pieces and parts to the ship and everything, and it's all jumbled. It is like a snow globe of metal, but somehow he manages to duck
Fetal position.
fetal position and like earthquake, like covering your head. You're able to negate a lot of the damage that's happening. It does still kind of hurt and cut you up. So you're do you do anything? Do you try and move towards anything, or are you just holding tight?
Fetal position, engaged, locked in maneuvers. Let's do this.
Okay. Bit and Jen are secure as well, although Bit is looking over at you, Quigley, with like eyes like, is this it? Is this how we're gonna go?
Quigley's gonna look at her and be like, I told you we weren't crashing. We're going to burn to death first.
Bit just is like, don't tell the truth. Say that. Jen is looking very scared and crying. So as the ship is entering the atmosphere, more little pieces are flying off of this projectile, this flaming projectile, as it careens to the surface of this planet. The diagnostics that you're reading, Belandi, as they're coming up, are just hot. It's hot. The shields that are that were a part of this ship are deteriorating fast. There's a damage to the fuel line. There's a damage to the hyperdrive. There's damage just everywhere, including your landing gear. What is left of it. So yes, I'm going to ask for one more piloting roll. It's piloting planetary.
Okay, and then what's the challenge for that one?
Same challenge.
Okay.
Yep. And Red is still helping.
Still helping? Okay. And 2 advantages, 1 failure.
Okay. So as you're coming in, you begin to see the details of this planet. This is a very lush tropical planet. Like I said, it's think of Jurassic Park. Think of Isla Think of like these big mountains, and you can see like in the distance large swaths of ocean and water. And as the ship is careening in, you can tell that it's early morning, or it's at least dark, a little dark, but the sun is starting to come up over the horizon as this giant ball of light careens through the narrow passage of these 2 giant mountains, falling rapidly, and then suddenly you're all dead. Just kidding. It all goes black. You're all dead. No. Everybody that is on the ship, give me your
I ain't giving you anything.
vigilance.
Oh, what?
Oh, well,
That's a dump stat.
I know.
I don't need to see things to shoot it.
What's the?
Yeah.
Do we have a challenge for that, or is it just a straight vigilance?
2 purple die.
How hard is it, Daddy?
2 purple hard.
Wow.
Okay, I got a threat.
Okay, good.
So that's fun.
That's fine.
1
Cabinets.
advantage.
Do I get like 2 blue for this cabinet?
No.
What? Equipment die, right?
I got 1 success, 2 threats.
Okay. And then what'd you get, Blondie?
1 advantage.
Okay. All right. So, Noah. Sorry with you. Actually, no, I'm not gonna start with you.
Yeah, don't start with me. Go
I'm
elsewhere.
not gonna start with you. New player, James.
Does he get hit by our ship?
Yeah, right on top.
Kind of like a romantic
Flat.
comedy.
Hey, do I have to roll for that? Can I dodge out of the way?
Yes. No. Give me your perception. Actually, yeah, we have perception here.
My perception.
Yeah.
1 second. My perception is. Do I need to roll that?
Yes. So you're going to
Alright.
roll your perception and put in 1 purple die.
Okay.
That is a challenge because this is a scenic area, and there's just been a giant light ball comes careening through the area with a loud thud.
That is 1 success, 2. End result is 2 advantage.
2 advantage. Okay, that's fine. All right. So you don't see it just yet. I wanted to make sure that you didn't see it immediately.
Okay.
So going back to the ship, at the moment of impact, there is not much to be remembered or recognized. It's jarring. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know just how jarring everything is at the moment of impact. You don't quite remember it. That's the situation here. The ship will kind of careen across the tops of some trees, duck below it, and then thud. Dirt, a little bit of fire, maybe a small explosion here or there. No. Yeah. Boom. It's done. What do you do?
Hello?
Quig's gonna immediately get up and check over Bit and make sure she's okay, didn't get injured in the crash landing, and reassure her, like, see, told you, didn't die in a crash or burn to death. Look at that. Aren't we just lucky today?
Bit and Jen are both fine. Bit is of course looking over to you and will, try and get her stuff off as well. And just be like, you said we weren't going to crash. This is a crash.
I said we weren't going to die in a crash. Wording, little one, wording. And then he'll help Jen out and check her over as well.
Okay.
Would I have heard that impact?
So the perception was to see it. As soon as the sound happens, if you did not hear it, several minutes later, 2 people who you are familiar with will come to where you are and let you know. They will be they will be investigating.
Okay.
Is that something you're interested in?
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Okay, that's fine. So back on the ship, Blondie, you were in the helm with Red. Red was managed to get himself secure and everything, and is now just taking his seatbelts or whatever off, and he's looking over to you. I wish I could say that this is my first crash, but it isn't. Are you okay?
I'm fine. How's your anything broken? She starts feeling around his throat and everything. Like, is this okay? Does it hurt when I do this? How about that? Is this okay? Is this okay?
Red is
Ow.
like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm okay.
I'm actually kind of surprised I'm doing this. It's weird when I do this, but it's not great when I'm doing this. So I think for the most part, I'm okay.
That's good. Red will nod and be like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay." Um, where's your other friend?
Which one?
He'll just point to the mark on his face.
Oh, that one. I should probably go. She'll just stand up real quick and start moving towards where she thinks Noah might be, which is probably starting off in the galley and then working her way back around the circle.
Noah, where are you? What you doing?
I'm in my cabinet.
Where's your cabinet, though? Is it in?
It's probably in the mess hall
It's
cabinet.
He's not in the cabinet. He's in the fridge.
I would not think that, though.
Metal parts in the fridge.
Like, trying to think of how Belandi would check through stuff. Like, she'll probably just look under a table and behind a chair and then hear like do you make like a sound or something?
Yeah, Noah, are you making any sounds, or
Yeah,
are you,
you hear the quiet sobbing of a man somewhere.
Just okay. I think Noah.
Yeah.
Noah, if you're alive, tap twice. No. I said tap twice. Coughing doesn't count.
Just like, oh man.
Anyway, I'm coming. Hold on, and then I'll pick up what I think is a crowbar or something. An offensive weapon. Here we go. And she'll go help Noah out of his situation.
Yeah, he'll flop off and get up and.
No, Noah. Now I'm going to ask you. Look here. Look up here. Right here.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, can you see? I'm gonna click a light, and then pupils are fine. Looks like you're breathing okay. Anything broken, bleeding, or gouged?
And I put my hands in my pants. No, everything's fine. We're good.
And then I just drop them and walk away.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm not that kind of doctor, sir. We've landed. Now he'll help me with the rest of us.
Who was driving?
Is that what you call that?
Who was
Still walking away. Still walking away.
Belandi, who was driving?
Still walking.
God damn it. It was you, wasn't it?
So I guess Quigley will be by the back door ready to open it.
Okay, that's fine.
Is there any like monitors that he can look through to see if anybody's out there?
You can try. Give me a computer's roll.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Is it Apple or Windows? I think that should.
It's Linux.
It's a blue or.
I'm good with that.
Any negatives or anything?
It's a one purple die.
Come on, IBM.
It's a Unix system. I know.
Ah, 3 successes.
Ubuntu.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. Luckily for you, the little camera that is fixed to the outside has managed to stay intact through all of this. Whoever made it is a good mechanic. You can see that you are in the jungle. It looks like a very forested area. There's nothing kind of around the immediate. You can see it directly out of the hangar door that everybody went in. And it just looks like ground, churned over from where you crashed. There's small fires kind of around various little parts of your ship, but nothing horrible.
I guess he would look around and be like, well, is everybody ready?
Hey, Jen, you okay?
She'll nod and
right.
kind of, where are we?
So probably some shit planet that doesn't have like Wi-Fi or something. It's gonna suck.
Quigley's gonna look down to her and be like, just think of this as an adventure.
Is that how you go through life?
Look, my little one's still alive, so let's.
Well, mine is too. So.
No thanks to you, cabinet man.
I am alive because of that cabinet. Okay.
Blondie's
He's
gonna.
gonna pull what he assumes is a fork out of his shoulder.
You know, if you don't appreciate the cabinet, I'm bringing it to my room. Okay, and it's gonna be in my room. So.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
What were you saying, Blondie?
So, Red, is this ship combustible?
No ship is combustible. What does that even mean?
A little small explosion occurs right at that moment.
We've lost a lot of things on entry, and there's a smoke trail of fire coming towards us. We should probably.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Are there any stim packs I can salvage that are still here?
Yes, you have your stim pack. You have one stim pack.
I'm gonna go to Jen's room and grab like the homework stuff and the notebooks real quick.
There is smoke drifting into the main quarters of the ship, but it is not like engulfed in flames or anything.
Yeah,
but that's fine. So you said you were near the door, Quigley?
Yeah, he's gonna put Bit up on his back and open the door.
Okay. All right. Do you go out? Do you peek your head out? What you doing with that?
With the camera that he saw, everything was okay, right?
Right now, it doesn't look like there's anything out like in the immediate. We're talking like immediate area. Like imagine this is like the camera you put on your door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can just see like the immediate area, and there was like wasn't like a Rancor out there.
As the door opens, he would look through the scope of his rifle and just kind of like survey the immediate area.
Give me perceptions. Give me your perceptions.
Can I get a blue for that?
Why? Do you have a talent or anything that makes it blue?
Because I'm looking through my scope and I have some distance on it.
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
It doesn't hurt to ask, guys.
Purple?
Yes. There's going to be 2 purple.
Perception. Oh, I got 1 success and 1 triumph.
Ooh, okay. So as you're looking through your scope of your high-powered rifle, this of course you're looking at something very far away. So looking through, you can see what look to be structures, built structures. But they're very well hidden, and it almost looks like they're a part of the forest, that they're a part of this mountain range that you seem to kind of be between. So it looks like there are 2 large peaks, mountains, and you are in the trough of these 2 mountains, kind of stuck on the side of one. And it looks like from where you have your rifle pointed, it looks like the structures are a little bit south of you. It looks like you're a little bit above them. And they're closer down towards the ravine that is going kind of between these 2 mountains. Not much to really discern from the structures themselves right now. You can't see any people. You can't see any any ships or anything, nothing like that. It just looks kind of like structures. But what you do see with your triumph, and I'll kind of let you describe how you want to see it. You do see something catches your eye as you're kind of like tracking back and forth. You notice that there is movement closer to you. So when you kind of look above the scope of your rifle, you notice that there is movement. There is tree brush movement heading up the mountain to where your ship is.
All right.
So I'll let you do something with that triumph. I'll let you do, what do you want to do with that? You can do a reaction to that, like to what you see, or whatever you want, whatever.
Shit. I don't know. Can he use the triumph to just kind of like try to use the smoke and debris to hide their exit from the ship?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. With the triumph, I will give you. Okay, so, having been a person of hire before, you're aware of the Rishi Maze and of the hyperlane that this is near. This is around the Corellian line, and used to also be called another Mando Merchant Lane. This is the end point to that. So this whole this planet is right on the edge of this space highway, essentially, that goes all the way into the inner rim and to the core planets. Just that was a little bit FYI. Just as a merchant, you kind of know that, but nothing else about the history. But yes, if you decide to go out, are you heading down the little ramp runway, and it's the ramp, going outside?
Yep.
Okay.
Gangplank.
Gangplank, yeah. All right, that's what you do. Anybody else?
I'll start heading outside, get some good fresh air.
You left your your cabinet?
Yeah, the cabin's done.
Okay.
Me in the cabin.
And Blondie, are you staying on the ship, or are you just
I'm just gonna follow after Red exits first.
Okay, Red will is kind of dealing with some ship stuff. He's trying to figure stuff out. But he'll be around that area. So Quigley, you are out first, and you kind of have the scope on this. What are you doing?
As I'm walking, I'm making sure that the area in front is clear, and that the movement I see in the bushes, trying to keep track of it, to make sure, see if it's getting closer to us or what's going on there.
It is. It is getting closer to you.
All right, I guess I will alert the rest of the party to possibly be ready. Most likely let them know that we did just crash land, so it might be locals or local law enforcement coming to check out said crashed ship.
It could be, yeah. Red will it would interject. It could be the Empire as well. They've been known to have crazy bases in crazy locations.
Yeah, I'm going to hide.
Where
are you gonna hide?
Oh fuck it. Is there a tree?
You have to pull out your cabinet.
Just a little cabinet. They'll never see this
moment.
Oh no.
So do you want to hide, Noah?
Yeah, I'm just gonna find a tree to hide behind, some brush or whatever. If there are wild cabinets roaming around, I will get in one. But
okay, there's definitely a horde of wild cabinets.
Sweet. I'm hey guys, I'm basically one of you. So
we raise those for food.
I'm gonna need a stealth roll from you, but yeah, Quigley and Blondie.
Are you sure?
I'm going to grab Jen and pick her up as well, and just kind of hip hold her while Bit's on my back.
Oh.
Overplaying with children.
You're the nanny. You're the space babysitter.
Space pacifier.
Yeah, space pacifier.
I'm gonna ready my blaster again.
Okay.
What's the difficulty for this test?
2 purple.
Ew.
Okay.
1 success.
Ooh, look at that. So you managed to get behind a tree and kind of get this big leaf to cover the majority of you. It's really big and cute and Studio Ghibli-esque.
Yeah.
And you think you have a really good spot. You don't think nobody can see you. You're pretty well hidden. So, and Blondie was readying her blaster. All right. So we're going to switch this over a little bit, because James, your character is flanked by 2 people that you know who you've lived with. They are 2 males.
Okay.
And they are both younger-ish, but they're strong, so that's kind of why they're going. And they're quiet as they're approaching, and they're voicing concern about, we don't know who this could be. This could be, someone from before. This could be somebody, else out there.
I would say I'm actually following a little behind them.
That's fine.
Kind of maybe 10, 15 feet back.
Okay, that is fine. They're talking kind of quietly amongst themselves as they're approaching this. You can see the warm colors of the flames from the ship. They're not. It's not a you're not seeing large amount of flames or smoke or anything. It looks like that this thing crash landed. It did not break apart. You don't see various fires anywhere else.
It seems to have held together pretty well.
Yeah, why don't you give me just a basic mechanic roll. 1 purple. Let me just for you, so kind of what what you're getting from the sense of all this.
That is a wash.
That is a wash. Okay. It looks like a ship fell out, but it looks like it's only one ship. Okay. It looks like that this wasn't multiple ships. From the way it looks, the way the trajectory is, you could see that it came in from a distance. It wasn't just kind of like, it wasn't shot out in your upper atmosphere somewhere, this looks like this came in from a long trajectory and a long path. You also can clearly tell where it is from the way the fire and the smoke are. So as you're approaching, Quigley, are you kind of scoping this out? Are you like watching the scope and kind of watching this movement as it comes up towards the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. The brush will continue to move. Give me one a cool test.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Whoops. Sorry guys. What's the negatives?
2 purple, 1 black.
This is my worst roll, by the way.
Remember, you do have destiny points. You have 2 of them to use as a group.
I got 1 failure, 1 threat.
That makes sense.
All right.
In my defense, I'm guarding children.
You're about to get
true.
beat up by a bunch of farmers. This is about to turn into Wicker Man.
I say he's 1. Everybody gets 1.
So
it's 1, Peter.
It's just 1. So as you see the brush moving ever closer, it finally breaks, and you see a person, but not quite a person. It is a very colorful person. They are bright red. What do you do?
Would I know what race they are?
The red race, duh. Come on, man.
There is actually, there we go,
That's
genealogy.
racist.
I had to think about it. They are, give me a genealogy roll.
You think they all look alike, don't you, man?
Exactly.
I think they're all red.
They're not.
What? What is this?
I think everyone's either a human or a Twi'lek, so...
Not these! James knows about what these are and what.
What's the difficulty?
This is very actually common, so it's going to be 1 purple. It's a pretty common thing.
No, I don't know. I got a failure.
Okay. Well, this is just a red person then. You see 1. They do have kind of like blades, but they're more machete looking things. Something for cutting through large bush. They're dressed meagerly, not extravagantly, common clothes, natural colors type thing. But they are they look strong. They look like they're strong. And as you see another one appears, and they're look like they're looking around, and they're looking at the ship, or they're trying to see the ship. As they're making their way further up, but they are gaining ever closer to you. What do you do?
I'll point them out to the rest of the party.
I peek out from my leaf.
Can I see from the ship door?
Yes, you can. You can see, at least you can see the stark color difference between their skin tone and the leaves behind them.
Oh, okay.
They're very bright red.
So Valani's going to be very excited and just say, natives! We're safe! There's no stormtroopers or anything.
Under Quigley's mask, he is eye rolling so hard.
So excited for more food choices.
Food choices?
Well, she's easy to please.
You're eating people?
Soylent Green is
Wait,
painful.
All I had was porridge. I need more.
Belandi and Noah, you guys can make genealogy rolls as well if you'd like to try and see if you recognize the species.
Genealogy, okay.
The fuck?
No one ever has this. I don't think I've ever had a character that's ever successfully made a genealogy roll.
I mean, okay, so I'm looking at my sheet.
What's the
And
difficulty?
genealogy, would that be?
It's under knowledge skills.
It
Knowledge,
is. It is
okay.
under knowledge skills. Yeah, it's based off of your int, your intelligence. And we're doing 1 purple.
Ooh.
I got 1 success and 1 advantage.
Cool. Cool.
Yay, I'm a teacher.
Yeah, you know something. You know stuff.
Oh, that. Okay, I think I got it. So that was that, and then 1 purple.
Yep, 1 purple.
Okay. 1 purple. Do. Ha! I got 1 success, 1 threat.
Cool. That's cool. So, both you and Noah know that these are Zeltrons. Zeltrons. No, Daniel doesn't get it. Zeltrons are they're found throughout the galaxy. They are humanoid, so they walk on 2 legs, and they kind of appear like humans. But they have brightly colored skin, much like Twi'leks, but they do not have the tendrils on their heads. Noah, you know that Zeltrons are they're emotional creatures. They kind of feed off of emotion, and they can kind of amp up the emotion, but you don't know how, and you're not quite sure about like their biology or anything, but you know that they're emotional and that they can have fits of lust and anger and that type of thing.
Yeah, I just looked up Zeltron Google images and was very impressed.
Yeah.
Food!
We know why they were created.
Rule 34.
Yes. Out of character. I love Zeltrons. They're my favorite, one of my favorite species. Okay.
We all know why.
We all know why.
Wait,
Go
why?
Google it. Go Google it, everybody.
Just
right
Google
now.
images? Is
Hey,
that the
don't
reason?
Google it.
Or is there more of a reason?
It's okay. We'll wait. Because, I mean, if you like Twi'leks,
You'll
Zeltrons
love
are right up
Zeltron.
your...
Do you not
All
know
right.
what to do tonight after this show? Google.
You're welcome.
No, just no.
Just know.
Google, go read some more comic books on Comixology. Help your local comic book stores.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Everyone
Yeah.
wins.
All right. So, you guys know what they are. Quigley, you are continuing to look through the scope and kind of monitor the situation. As they get closer, you don't really need the scope anymore. You can see them. They stop after they kind of leave the brush area, gaining closer to your ship, to where the dirt area that your ship has crash landed on. And they kind of stop. And James, I'm going to let you describe what your character's doing, how they look, what they're doing.
Okay. Behind the 2 Zeltrons, kind of pushing through the trees and the brush, you see a 7.5 foot tall. Actually, I would say that you wouldn't see it so much as you would hear it first when it comes out with a.
Oh my god, it's a Wookiee! It's a Wookiee! We got
So-
Wookiee meat tonight, fellas!
From the trees, you see the 7.5 foot tall, kind of auburn furred Wookiee wearing like a kind of what looks like a leather blacksmith's apron and kind of leather wraps up the arms, kind of singed, pockmarked fur, and what looks like two pit droids collapsed on their shoulders, almost looking like pauldrons. Not really paying attention to where they're going, kind of like the noise that you heard was them stumbling over a root and kind of almost losing their footing as they come crashing through these last couple of feet of trees and pull up kind of unexpectedly behind the two Zeltrons because they seem to be staring at a data pad which is strapped to the left forearm, absolutely not paying any attention to where they're going and almost trips and lands on their face.
As James' character does this, one of the Zeltrons will kind of jump and and almost having forgot that this rather large creature was. You scared me. Looks like. Do you think anybody survived?
Are they close to me?
They are a couple, about 2 yards away from you because you kind of went over to a tree and they're kind of over here. I wish we had a map. I wish there was a way I could actually show this. They're close, but not too close.
Could I possibly be like trying, maybe failing, but trying to track life signs on my data pad?
Sure. Give me a computer roll. Give me a computer roll.
It's like the little alien thing.
What's my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2 purple.
2 purple. That would be 1 success.
Okay, cool. So as you're looking at your scanner or the comm on your arm, it's a little bit hard. It's trying to pick up, both heat signals, so it's catching the fire a little bit. It's kind of catching some varying other things that it's not quite sure if it's life form or it's just heat or whatever. But you do, the scanner does have heartbeats. There are you can tell that there are heartbeats within like this area that does not include the Zeltrons, and you can't really say how many, but there are at least 2, and they're relatively close.
Is there a direction? I would indicate the direction of those life signs to the other 2.
Yeah, one of them is immediately to your left, and that's going to be Noah. And then the other one is a little bit murkier, but that one is going to be forward towards the ship to where Quigley is. Quigley with Bit and Jen.
So I would turn towards Noah's signal,
okay,
and kind of point the other 2 towards the kind of in that direction.
Okay, the Zeltron.
And kind of see if I could spot Noah.
Sure. Give me a perception roll.
Like shit. Why did I get the Wookiee? Only the 2 Zeltrons. What is this?
What's my difficulty?
It's going to be 2 purple, 1 black. He is trying to conceal himself.
That is 1 success, 1 threat.
Okay, so you see something. You see some life form kind of behind the tree and behind a leaf, but you can't see what it is. And you don't know if it is hostile or what.
It's my goddamn ass sticking out. I knew it.
So the Zeltrons are kind of motioning, and they have their machetes raised, and they're kind of like looking to you, and they're going to start moving forward towards Noah.
Machetes are raised?
Machetes are raised.
I am going to actually like defer and like back up behind them.
Okay. So they're approaching you, Noah. What you do? You hear them and you see them.
I'm gonna lay down and have my shirt somewhat open on the ground. I'll be like,
swoon.
It hurts. Mama, is that you? Mama?
The Zeltrons, after hearing this, will kind of lower their machetes a little bit and move quicker over to you and pull away the branches and everything. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Water.
the Zeltron who knelt down by you will look up to the owl and be like, water. And he'll take out a little canteen and kind of can't look at Mitchell's camera ever because they'll pour it in or try to water.
Can I try to walk up on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
What do you do? Yeah. Are there any others?
I'm sure there are. What? I
So
don't.
walking kind of towards the general direction of the other life signs.
Okay.
Quigley was walking towards everybody, like after seeing them, and seeing Noah with his shirt up. Like Quigley's closing the distance, just like as soon as he's able to, like within speaking range, he's just gonna be like, "Please pay no attention to the idiot that's laying on the ground. He's fine."
Quigley, you made it. I know you suffered brain injury during the crash. I'm glad you made it, though. You seem confused.
Oh my god. Bit, go hit him in the head.
Bit and Jen are looking at the Wookiee very very star-eyed, very wide-eyed. they're oh my god.
Quigley's gonna stab him like, "Don't stare, it's rude."
Sorry.
I actually kind of like hunker down a little bit and kind of like kneel a little bit. Yeah, I'll go down on one knee.
Okay. Bit and Jen are looking or Bit at least is looking over at Quigley and is kind of like, can I go say hi? Can I say hi?
Yeah, go introduce yourself.
Okay, just ask for consent before you touch it. Also, man, can I have some more water, please?
I will shoot you in the face right now, Noah.
Are you not parched? I'm parched.
Bit and Jen will kind of run over to the Wookiee and Bit will be like, hi, my name is Bit. This is my friend Jen. And can I touch your arm?
The Wookiee kind of like leans forward and kind of like lets the arm out, but then reaches over and taps on the data pad. Mm-hmm. And kind of a mechanical, not mechanical, but like a digital voice kind of comes out and says, "Nice meet you," and that's all it gets.
They have a trying to keep saying transponder. Translator. There we go. They have a translator, and Bit will start to pet your arm. It's nice to meet you too.
And it does that like goose shiver.
Yeah, I'll crawl over. Hey, can I? I've actually never petted.
Definitely digging that.
Can I touch too, or is that just for kids?
The Wookiee snarls at you.
Wait, is that mixed signals here?
And kind of begrudgingly like, yeah, all right, fine.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, that is soft. Yeah, man.
The leg starts going.
Yeah, you like that, don't you? You like that. Yeah, you like that, guys. We need privacy. You like that.
And then like the cat thing where they like turns over and
all right, yeah. Tell me off limits. I got it.
Quigley, you had started to say something.
Quigley's going to put his mouth on the barrel of his rifle and pull the trigger. Right there. He's just gonna
just let him out of his misery. He's done.
That's how we lost a crew member.
That is how we lost.
That sounds like a TPK waiting to happen.
Belandi, what you doing?
I'm still on the ship waiting on Red. I'm like, I can't let you out of my sight. You're a rebel.
You do hear the commotion that is going outside a little bit. You at least hear the Wookiee call.
Okay. I wasn't sure I was close enough to that. I was like, everybody's leaving. It's cool.
Red will kind of be like, I'll continue working. You can go out. I just have to see if there's anything I can do for the ship.
Okay. And then she's just gonna pick up her robes and start walking out.
So as you walk down the galley to the gangplank to the ground, you see all of this. You see the two Zeltrons, the Wookiee, and your two friends, as well as Bit and Jen, and Noah's still laying on the ground.
Just gonna walk over and ignore the Noah scene. Greetings, ladies. Do you have repair equipment? Because our ship is badly damaged.
One of the Zeltrons will nod, and they will say, "Apologies. I understand that this is, that we might not have encountered this. We are both male. My name is Marza, and his name is Haraz."
Cool.
The Wookiee is literally drooling at this point when you say, "Can you help me fix the ship?" The Wookiee just starts drooling.
I think he knows what I'm talking about. Hello.
I think you excited him.
And stands up and looms over you.
Oh my. Again, I am a little green lady creature thing, so
Ellen, yeah.
just
Pat,
as brightly
pat,
colored
pat,
as everybody.
pat.
Oh, so soft.
You can
I'll
like
show you. Come with me.
you can rub him if you want.
Okay, we fix.
And then I just lead the Wookiee back to the ship and start chatting with him about how great his hair is and asking what he does with it.
That's fine. And the Zeltrons are just kind of like, yeah, our friend he's not. Oh, okay, yeah.
Wookiee starts pulling tools out of you have absolutely no idea where.
Yeah.
Just
Out of like
fascinating.
pockets of fur. There's a spanner and yeah.
The Zeltron will, after seeing Quigley and looking, the one who is speaking, Marza, he'll look at Noah and then look at Quigley, look at Noah, and then go over to Quigley.
What's up?
And kind of be like, so are you we have a small community here, and all are welcome, but we do not hold any alliances to either faction in the war that is going on. We are a peaceful community. We do not harbor any criminals. We don't harbor anybody of ill repute. However, we do understand that situations happen. We are peace-loving people. We want to keep our location and our lives here. We love it here. You're welcome to be here. We just ask and offer that you don't let anybody know that we're here, and we don't let anybody know you're here.
Quigley will look at them and kind of gauge the situation. Well, I do appreciate that, but as soon as we can either find another ship to get off the planet or fix our own, we will be out of here. And looking at Noah, he's like, that one is wanted by both sides. I wouldn't let him in your camp.
Wait, what side? I'm a school teacher.
Both sides.
Oh, you're a teacher.
Yes.
The other Zeltron will look over to you, and kind of his eyebrows are evil.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. They'll raise their eyebrows and kind of, oh, you're a teacher. We've actually have needed a teacher for some time. Our last one, he passed peacefully. Peacefully. He was
okay. All right. What's the pay, benefits? Do we get a summer off? Is there a union yet?
Well, we don't offer much in terms of payment. We can certainly give you the house that you would live in and teach in, and as
Done.
well as
I agree. Let's do this.
The Wookiee won't rip your arms off.
Yes. Well, excellent.
Why don't you show me to the little ones?
Excellent. Yes, sure. Our community is down a little ways. Is there anybody hurt on your ship? Are you okay?
Yeah, I was in a cabinet for the most part, so I'm fine.
And he'll look over to Quigley.
I mean, he's gotten
Quigley
shot
pulls
so
He's
much.
standing because he's so hopped up on stim right now.
Yeah. Like, I tell you, he's like a laser fire magnet. It's ridiculous.
I see.
You did this to me.
What did I do?
You blew the grenade up. I saw you.
To get you out, it was fine. Just a little teacher experiment.
Yeah. How to kill 3 stormtroopers with 1 grenade.
So Jen and Bit will kind of follow behind the Wookiee and Belandi as they go back to the ship, because they're interested, because they like the Wookiee.
Buffy.
And they'll just kind of watch. Are you going to start making any checks on the ship to kind of start to look and see what's happening with this?
I would say that like as soon as I walk through that like bay door, it is instant troubleshooting mode.
Okay.
Looking for damage, looking for what to fix. Almost like a savant or like a fugue state.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolute, like hyper focused on what is damaged and what needs to be fixed.
Okay, yeah, give me a mechanics roll.
And they reach up and bonk their pauldrons, and these 2 little pit droids kind of like hop off and start, kind of running around and kind of diagnosing things.
Excellent.
Mechanics roll, you said?
Yes. So,
all right.
This is going to be an intentionally hard roll because I, 1, know that this is your life, but also 2, there's a lot wrong with this. So depending on how much success, how much you don't success, you'll find out how much is wrong with this ship. So it's going to be 3 purples and 1 black.
Have a list.
Things I have been saying.
The faulty trigger mechanism on the dorsal. Yeah, no.
That one. It does. It's still very faulty.
It's still very faulty. That's what you get for using aftermarket parts.
Also, none of our guns work.
None of them. Not a single one.
I'll get to it. I'll work on it. All right, so that was
3 purple. 3
purple.
And 1 black.
1 black.
Mm-hmm.
Can't. Let me check. Because of my mechanic talent tree gearhead, I get to remove 1 black.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes, I believe that's what it is.
For mechanics checks, and let me double 1. Would this? No. Okay. Just making sure there wasn't something else that I could apply. And rolling. 1 success, 2 advantages.
Cool. Okay. So you definitely know that this ship is unflyable.
No, everything wrong with this.
There's a lot wrong with it. The main things, the engine is locked up. One of the engines is locked up, as well as the hyperdrive has broken and is leaking. Those are the main kind of big organ problems. If you think of a ship like a living creature, it has organs. These are the heart and the kidney. This is a major organ. You know that there are other things wrong, because the ship diagnostic is telling you this is failed, this is failed, this is failed, this is failed, this passed, but this is failed, this is failed, this is failed.
Is it just telling him to put it out of its misery?
Yes.
It's like, please give me death.
Take it to the scrap pit.
So yes, there are other things wrong with it. However,
tap. I can fix.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, good sir. Also, we never asked what your name is. I'm Belandi. That idiot over there is Noah. And then over there, the bounty hunter is Quigley. And the two little ones.
I don't bounty hunt anymore. Just throwing that out.
At the when you say bounty hunter, the Wookiee, I mean, glares like you think they're gonna rip your head off until you say, "I don't bounty hunt anymore." The Wookiee is very obviously kind of anti-bounty hunter.
Yeah, it will.
A little, maybe a little skittish. Yeah.
Oh no.
But kind of you see the shoulders kind of slump a little bit, and the data pad comes out again, and call me Cookie, and that's it. That's all you get.
Cookie, do you cook?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good, because I am terrible at it. All I know is porridge.
Hot Pockets.
Wait, do Hot
I
Pockets
feed
exist
you.
in Star Wars?
They exist in every universe.
I mean,
It's just dough and volcanic lava.
but calzones, though.
So as Bit is watching this, and Belandi mentions that Quigley is a bounty hunter, and she sees the dynamic change, she'll immediately be like, "He's not anymore. He's good. He's good. I'm trained. He's my friend, and he's good. He's not a bounty hunter anymore. He promises. You promised him, right?"
Yeah, I promised.
Why was he carrying weapons then?
In case I need
Escort?
to blow your head off.
I'm just a school teacher, man.
The other, the two Zeltrons will make their way onto the ship as well as you guys have. They're just kind of looking. They're not really poking or prodding. They're just kind of this. You can tell that they don't know nearly as much as this Wookiee does, and they don't really seem to care that much, or they're not rummaging through anything. They're not like trying to get anything. The one who was speaking before, Marza, will look to Cookie and be like, "Are you going to stay here and work on the ship?"
Cookie doesn't even respond. They're so like almost half of their body is like into a panel on one of the bulkheads, trying to find a smoking, sparking kind of, and then you hear a large spark and a from the Wookiee, like, and the smell of burning fur, and that's all you get.
The two Zeltrons kind of nod at each other and like they're not surprised with this at all.
This is pretty standard for Cookie.
Yeah, they're used to this. But they turn to Noah and Quigley and Belandi, and you're welcome to stay here with your ship with Cookie. I know.
Nah, if there's a village back there, I want to go there.
Yes, you are welcome to come to our village and meet our village elder. Her name is Kayaz, and she meets anybody who's staying with us for any amount of time. Is just an introduction and just to be friends.
Good. I would love to speak with your elder, but also, may I have a small piece of your hair?
What?
Just a small
Stop
strand.
asking weird questions.
I'm a doctor. I must study these things. I've never seen these people up close before. I've only heard about you in books and everything, and then she starts going really close and starts squeezing her arm
Belinda,
and like all this good reflexes
man.
there. Can you do this? Can you do that? That's
They're just kind of nodding, going, yeah.
You have wonderful cuticles. But still.
Cuticles are lovely. I have really horrible cuticles. Thanks. They'll nod and they'll kind of be like, yeah. Well,
she's already taken like one or two strands from like the back of their hair.
Ow.
So, like, we live, in a community. There's plenty of other Zeltrons in the village if you'd like to meet them. I am excited. She just grabs her bag and is like, okay, let's go.
Okay.
We'll,
all right,
we'll bring back food. I promise.
There she goes. All right, let's go to your village and talk to some people.
All right.
Let's take a look at these kids.
Bit and Jen will Bit will look at Quigley, and kind of be like, I want to stay with the Wookiee.
Like Quigley's gonna lean over and be like, if you stay with the Wookiee, that means I have to stay with the Wookiee.
You can go without me. I'm fine. I'll stay on the ship. The Wookiee's big.
He's gonna put his rifle next to the door and sit down and be like, well, you better learn something while he's in there, so go pay attention.
Okay. Bit will and Jen. Jen is not quite sure. Jen is not as enthralled. She's interested, but she's not. She's having her own issues.
Yeah, Jen, why don't you come along with us and we can go over some homework stuff when we get there.
Never mind. She wants to be with the Wookiee.
These kids these days don't want to learn.
As soon as the mention of homework comes about, Jen is like, nope, the Wookiee is fine. I like this idea.
We're just getting into multiplication and like the fractions, and it's amazing.
So Jen and Bit will stay close by Cookie as they continue to work, but not being in the way. They'll kind of hang off to the side and kind of look at the droids, your pit droids, as they unfold. And
one of the pit droids is kind of diligently helping, and the other one seems to be more interested in Jen and Bit than in doing anything that Cookie wants them to do.
And Jen and Bit play off of that and are very much engaged with this pit droid and
kind of the energy of like a playful puppy or something like that. That's just kind of like super ADD and is just as fascinated with them as they are with it.
Yeah, and they're super excited about it. Quigley, were you going or not?
No, he's gonna stay there.
Okay, Quigley is also there. So it is Noah and Blondie going to the village. All right. So as you start to leave the area where your ship landed, it's a steep terrain. You're going down the side of a mountain, essentially. You're glad that you're not going up. It was a tough trek up. As you continue to go further down towards the ravine of this between these two mountains, you're able to get some vantage points and just see how remote this is. This is a sea of green, a sea of tree canopies with these large gray points jutting out from the top of the mountains. It's beautiful. It's also very warm. It's a little humid. It is, you can tell just kind of the way it feels that maybe rain is going to come, or if it hasn't come yet, it's already, passed, that this is a very wet climate. As you continue to drop down and go further, you start to see what Quigley saw in his scope. You see the tops of roofs. They're small and you can't quite distinguish them at first. And they look just to be a part of the scenery, a part of the trees and the mountainside around you. Is there anything you guys want to do on your approach as you're walking?
Just asking him. So, this house I'll be living in, what are we talking about? 2-story, 1-story? What are your beds like?
Oh, it's about the size of our standard of the rest of our houses. It's 1 story, 1 floor. Uh-huh. You'll have a teaching area that will also function as your living area. Okay. And then in the back there's a private quarters for your bedroom, and as well as a kitchen area and a small bathroom.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have this bad back, and really, I don't know if you guys have any, therapeutic cushioning, but, yeah, it can really get stressful after a couple days if I'm just lying on something hard, or if you just have straw or something like that.
Well, we brush Cookie every other week, and from that, the brushing, we make...
Hold on, don't...
Wookie is a massage therapist.
If you're telling me that the bed is made out of Wookiee fur, I don't want to know.
It's hypoallergenic.
It is.
Yeah, I will
like
use
poodles.
it. I just don't want to know, okay? I'm okay with the chicken. I don't need to
But
know
Noah.
how the chicken was made.
But Noah,
What?
it's so soft.
It is soft, okay? There's
So
lots of
soft.
soft things.
Well
You know what?
conditioned.
Ugh.
I can tell he's of good breeding. He's very good. He doesn't do anything
Don't
with
say
the-
that around. That's
Yes.
kind of weird.
But he had the little robots. It was so great.
Yeah, it was very
Oh,
impressive.
so great. So Blondie's gonna catch up with Marza. So
Mhm.
so Marza
Mhm.
am I saying that right, Marza?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
Marza.
So Marza, did your planet really not choose a side in this war at all?
Well, I have to admit, I'm not. I am from Narshada. The most of the founding members of this colony are from Narshada. Kayaz, who's our elder, she kind of led us here. She kind of collected us on Narshada. We were all in a bad place there, and I don't know if you're familiar with the culture of that planet, but it's rough. It's rough for people like us, if you catch my drift. And she offered us paradise. She offered us peace and prosperity, as much as as we can work the land, and with no ties to either side. This is it. I mean, look around. This is beautiful. This is paradise.
It is a wonderful place. And she's gonna write down like a really quick note, not choosing sides. This fluorescence.
Psychoanalyzing my Zeltron.
Also for science, could you touch Noah for a second?
Hey,
Look
well,
over.
no, my tentacles on my head are very
I've
sensitive.
heard such
to touch.
wonderful things. No. I mean, well, so what's gonna happen, Noah, is that whatever emotion that you're feeling at this time, it's gonna feel 10 times better or worse. One of the two. Touch him.
No, hold on. I mean, I struggle with anxiety and depression, so I don't know if anyone should be like amplifying.
Good. Definitely
Someone puts
touch
his
him.
hand on him.
Don't
People are like
leave.
human mushrooms, basically.
So
He reaches out and touches Noah.
all right,
Oh,
how are you
God.
feeling? I need to know everything. I'm writing it down.
So as the Zeltron touches you, the feeling, whatever feeling that might be, if it's anxious or whatever, it becomes in the forefront of your mind. Whereas you keep things in the back, whether they're good or bad, it immediately goes to the forefront. That is what you're thinking about. That is where you are.
Oh man, gut reaction. I'm breaking his arm.
Okay. Do you-
I
Roll me something.
apologize for that. His behavior is unacceptable. But anyway,
The Wookiee's gonna rip your arms off. You realize?
I'm telling Cookie when we get
He's my
back,
buddy.
sir.
He's like my drinking friend here. Come on.
He's good people.
Broke his
It's good
drinking arm.
Do you try and actually like push him off or break him or
I'm
anything?
yeah, just his
Okay.
gut reactions. Like,
Okay, brawn. It's a brawn
what
roll.
difficulty is this?
This is going to be, well, normally we would do it in agility, but he's not expecting this. This is what you're doing. This is going to be 2 purple, 1 red.
All right.
That's it.
Can I use a destiny dice on this?
You absolutely,
No.
you absolutely could. Why do you do this? But yes, you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna use.
How do you want to do that? Okay, so do you want to bump up your brawn to 1 extra die or one yellow die?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna get a despair, and I'm going to lie.
Alright, so I am moving your 1 light side destiny point to the dark side.
Dark side.
2 successes, 1 threat.
Okay. I'm writing this down. Look at this. I'm using a red pen for this too. Ooh.
Which I just want you to know that I purposely egged this on. I take full responsibility for whatever happens.
I know, right?
Kind of.
I take
Not
no
really.
responsibility
You, right?
for anything.
I mean, for a clinical test, this is a great result. Not what I wanted.
Science!
And I don't if I do get I forget, how do you do a critical?
You have to get a number of successes more than what it would take to, like, it will say specifically if your weapon or your
The
your
critical
talent you're
rating.
using. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's a critical rating of a fist or like a grapple thing?
3, I believe.
I think it's
Okay,
3.
then I did not get enough.
Yeah.
All right.
They're usually high. They're usually
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Claws are
That's-
3.
That's it for me.
Okay. So tell me what this looks like. You he goes out to touch you. He managed to make some sort of contact with you, but he has his arm stretched out. What are you doing?
Yeah, so like Noah's face, he was normally jovial and very careless, and then it just kind of gets rock hard. And there's almost like this smoldering anger to him, and he just kind of places a hand on the shoulder, grabs the other one, and just goes,
Ah,
and,
okay.
like, pushes him away.
All right. So as you do that, you do hear a pop from his elbow, and he buckles. He shit, and the other Zeltron will immediately move and flank him and scream at you. Let him go.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, guys. As I said, don't touch me, okay? Like,
yeah. The Zeltron who touched you will kind of fall to one knee and hold his arm.
Yeah.
And
Milani's gonna go to one knee and start doing her doctor thing, like.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys.
hold right there,
It's been a
and
stressful week.
I'm gonna pop his arm back in.
Yeah, it does need to be popped back in. It is dislocated. It does not appear to be broken, but it is very badly strained. That the other Zeltron is eyeing Noah and has his machete at the ready.
Hey,
and
whoa.
it's just like, we are peaceful here.
Everyone has boundaries. When I say don't touch me, I really mean don't touch me. All right? I have been through hell this week. I've lost a friend. I'm not saying it as a joke. I'm just saying, just don't touch me. All right?
I understand. No, we take consensuality very it's very important here. I understand.
And I'm sorry about your arm. It's just that it's a wave of emotion, and I can't control it if you mess with it.
So, because Belandi is touching this Zeltron fixing his arm, does that work the same way, or is that a different?
No more science experiments for you, Missy.
So as you touch the Zeltron,
Peace, love, man.
Yeah. He the effect is there, but it's not strong because he's not concentrating on it.
Okay.
He's in pain. He's this he's in pain. He's concentrating more on his arm, and you do feel it. You do feel whatever emotion is present just below the surface. You feel it kind of brimming to the front. So if that's helping or whatever, you want to help more. But it's not as strong as it could be, or is what he did to Mitchell. So
Okay, so Belandi, yeah, she's working on him and making sure it's not completely broken, but definitely sore and like whatever. It's lining up, and she's starting to blush because she's just very happy that she got to test theory number 2. Touching these people.
This is all working perfectly.
So as you mend them and they get back up and they're able to continue walking, you guys continue to walk. And
It's
get
very
to...
awkward.
It is. It's a little awkward afterwards. They're not talking as much. They're walking ahead of you. They're letting you stay back there. They're not really offering much else.
Belandi's just staring daggers at Noah every now and again.
Come on,
As you get into the village, you see the heart of the village, what makes up their community. In the center, it's much like a small town that you would expect. There are houses, or what looks to be establishments, houses along a main circle or a main cul-de-sac of kind of beaten down wood and mud, and at the most far end there's a house or the structure that's a little bit bigger. All of these structures are made out of wood and very I want to say earthen, but this is not earth, so very terrain made from everything around you see.
Yeah, I mean every planet's Earth and every place is America. So
exactly. No. Horrible. So yes, you see these houses. There appear to be about 10 of them. Evil. About 10 of these little structures. They are all
That's
single
fine.
all single level, one floor, very small. But they're houses and they have little gardens in front of them and little structures. Yeah. The main building is at the end, at the far end, is a little bit bigger. This has 2 levels to it, but it has an open air bottom, so there's no walls on the bottom. It just has these posts, so the bottom level is completely open to the wind and
like
everything.
Stilts, like a beach house.
Yeah, like it's kind of like the beach house with the second level's on it, but then the bottom level is just an open, almost tatami mat like gathering area, and that's what it is. It's a gathering area. It's a gathering hall. So they move in, and as
we lost the Wookiee.
Oh God! No.
All right, I'm good.
Okay.
Shit. That hurt.
Oh no.
Right.
So as you walk into the center of this town, you see there are other Zeltrons. They're kind of meandering about. It is early morning-ish. When you were approaching, you could see that it was dark, but you could see the sun on the horizon. It is early morning. It's about 7 a.m. here. The sun is now risen, so there is sunlight coming in over the peaks of the mountains, but you can see that it hasn't reached full noon yet, so still some time. But there are other Zeltrons here, and they're all kind of milling about. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at everyone and be like, hello, my name is Noah, and I am a school teacher. I will be educating your youth. I will say that I'm a creative school teacher, so I like to incorporate music and stuff in my lesson plans, but still with a strong focus on mathematics and science. So that's my spiel. Yep.
You'll get a thunderous nothing. The Zeltrons who were close do stop what they're doing and kind of look up at you and start listening to you, and they kind of nod and go,
okay, where's my house?
The
elder first or what?
Marza, who I think that's one who's holding his arm. Marza will holding his arm will look to you and kind of be like, well, you have to meet Kayaz.
Okay, yeah, lead on. Hey, how's your arm feeling? Good, better?
He doesn't say anything.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I found Pilates to be super helpful.
I'll try yoga.
Yeah.
So, Blondie, is there anything that you want to do here immediately?
Oh, are we in like a food market kind of thing?
So, what you can tell is that do you ask any of the Zeltrons that were there?
Oh, I do ask Marza, like, is there a fruit stand or anything around here? I would love to try some food.
Yes, we do have food, and actually that will probably be a part of your introduction here. Usually, Kayaz likes to I don't think I actually got the name right. Kayaz? I wrote it down and I can't read my handwriting. Kayaz, that's the name. We're gonna stick to it, everybody. Kayaz is the elder. Okay, Kayaz likes to introduce anybody who's staying with us, newcomers, at a traditional dinner. So we also do have a market, but it's not it's not until he'll give us time that kind of sounds like a week. Because all planets have different time frames and it's confusing for Star Wars fans. So it's like we do have a market, but it's in about a week or so. And people bring out their wares here to the square, and they're we can trade. We don't take Republic credits. We do a lot of bartering and trading.
Okay. Well, lead the way to Kaya's, and Noah, I guess you're planning to move in on this planet. Where people are highly emotional, which I don't think is very comfortable for you with your high emotional state.
Look, I just don't touch me, okay? Don't use your like
is
special.
Is this like a rave planet, or is?
I feel like it's gonna be a moment where you have to do something with your emotions.
They need a therapist here.
Wookiees with glow sticks. I can't. Like, I'm sorry. I really apologize.
I'm in it.
So Marza will kind of, as he's starting to walk towards the larger house, will be like, well, Kayas has to of course approve the instruction here, and she'll make you, or she'll determine if you're qualified enough to be the teacher here.
Is she a teacher herself? I guess I just have a diploma in teaching. I don't.
Noah, don't be rude. This is
I'm sorry. Just a little bit sensitive about my
There's
diploma.
tribal law here, sir.
Okay.
I gotta be smarter than the Wookiee.
Yeah. You're sensitive. I didn't even touch you this time.
Pretty sure it's gonna be touching at some point. You do realize that, right?
No.
Right?
It's not the Star Wars game we wanted, but it's the one we got.
Exactly the Star Wars game that I wanted. Are you kidding me? Wait. I was told I would get to punch kids. Like, is that still a thing? Am I in the right place?
I think we are. Yeah.
Eventually.
All right, cool.
Like, Noah has to throw the first punch, though. But anyway.
All right, so they lead you to the house, this large structure, the meeting hall, and they take you to a small staircase on the side. So you have like the main platform area, the lower levels, and of course the stilts where the top portion is that is covered with the roof. They'll lead you up a set of stairs to the second story, and this gives you another vantage point of the town and the little square below you. You can see there are some other houses further in the distance that are scattered, and they look like they have more farming area, and some are a little bit lower and are closer to the ravine and the water that are below. And you can see that it's spread out, but for the most part, it's this side of the mountain is their community. So the two Zeltrons will stop at the top of the stair and kind of pause and be like, we're going to go in and let Kayas know that we found survivors from the crash. She's already seen the ship, or she already saw the ship going down. So we're just going to let her know that we're going to be introducing you. Give us one moment.
All right, cool.
They'll disappear behind a door into the building.
So while they're doing that, I just lean over to Noah again. Okay, I'm not in your space. I'm just gonna be right here. Okay, hands are by my sides.
Look, you're
in my
fine.
Pockets.
Like I'm
letting you know because I don't know what you know. I'm just putting my hands in my sides. Okay,
I'm not dangerous.
Scoop them inside my sleeves.
It's just like
So when we speak with this Kaiser person, do we let her know that one of our compatriots is a rebel? Or do we keep that to ourselves?
I don't know. We don't really owe the rebel anything. I mean, what's the plan here? What do you want to do? Do you want to go gallivanting across the universe to save some group of people who has hurt just as many people as the Empire?
Technically, he wasn't on the front line. He's mostly just the intel.
Yeah,
but what is it? The intelligence we call it. Yes, that's what it is. But my role, honestly, because of what I was brought for, I go where the medical needs are. I have no allegiance, no matter what side. If you're injured, you're injured. I'm going to help you and then move on. So I'm just in the same boat as you with the whole neutrality thing, or as neutral as these things are.
He came to the station, and now there are a bunch of kids without mom and dads. I lost my job. I can't go back.
Well, this galaxy's very large. I'm sure you'll find
It's very
something.
large, but I loved my kids. I
Of course.
enjoyed waking up and seeing them every morning, and now I
But
won't
what
be able
about
to do that.
You can start it with a new batch, a whole new generation
Oh, just
of
get
children that
new
need knowledge.
kids.
Don't your old kids disappear all the time?
They do, but it's when it's time, and I
You'll
wasn't.
find a better drinking buddy, I promise. But for now, we do need to make sure that our story is straight, so we don't tell them about our rebel friends.
I
and
say
that
we
we're-
tell them. Let's throw them under the bus.
You sure? Because I don't know if we can get out of this if we do that.
Do we want to lie? I mean, they're gonna.
I think we've worked so far. We haven't been honest about what our actual intentions are here.
I mean, I have. I'd like to teach and get to some semblance of normalcy again. I'm
So
not.
she's just watching your pupils just dilate a little bit just because she's no truthful. All right. Can I tell if he's telling the truth or if he's
No, he's in it for the souls.
He's telling the truth. He honestly just wants to get back to square one, normal.
Are you? Because I feel like credits talk and bullshit walks, but
So we can do a challenging deception and perception roll if you would like.
sure, let's do that.
Okay, Mitchell, I want you to roll your deception roll if you're lying. Your deception roll. Hold on, I have to.
So I am not lying. What do I roll?
Okay. If you're not lying, I'll let you hold your roll. You still can try and Blondie, you still can try and perceive if he is lying. So that's what I'm going to make you roll. And that's going to be perception. There we go. That was what I wanted. Perception.
Okay.
We're doing one purple die.
And then perception was. Oh, okay. Well, I got a blank.
Okay.
Or a wash, sorry.
You don't know if he's lying, but it kind of seems like he's not. That's what you get.
Well,
That's not how it works, but whatever.
I still don't quite trust these people. I mean, I'm sure you could read them because of their skin, but at the same time, people are able to mask things all the time from my medical profession.
Let's just not tell them then and wait and see what happens. I'm sure it'll work itself out.
At this point, the two Zeltrons will reappear from the door.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. And they'll nod and be like, she wishes to, meet you now. Please step forward.
All right, and I'll pull out a piece of paper and just kind of like flatten it against the wall. All right, let's do this.
Where did you have paper?
I always carry my resume in my boot, just in case.
It's in his portable filing cabinet.
Well, he is a
Always has
teacher.
paper and permanent markers. He's a teacher.
I'm
He
a
is a
teacher. It's his part. Crayons, like I'm up in it.
This was explained in episode 2.
Yeah.
So as you walk in, you notice that this area has a roof over it, so it's a little bit darker. It's not getting the direct sunlight, but it is illuminated with many candles and the strong smell of incense. As you walk in, you notice that there are various kind of cushions seated about, and they lead towards the far end, which is where you see another Zeltron in a sitting position on a little kind of dais. Give me perception rolls, both of you. One purple.
Okay.
And do we have a challenge?
One purple.
One purple.
Oh. Exactly.
Yeah, one success, one advantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is just Quigley just watching.
One success, one advantage, one triumph.
Ooh.
Whoop,
Alrighty. So, as you both walk in, you both notice that the feeling of this room is calming. It's loving. It is warm.
Aw.
Mitchell. Ooh. Mitchell, you with your triumph, you can kind of describe how this looks, or how how Noah is reacting. But this is a warm place. This feels good. This is it's comfy.
Yeah, I'm like, man, this is. And he'll just kind of bask in it for a little bit.
The figure at the end of this
I got you, man.
building will kind of motion and be like, come closer, come into
All
my
right,
house.
cool. And I will like go forward and kind of just place my resume in front of her. Did I just leave this here? That's the only copy, so I can't leave
fine.
this here. But you can look it over. As you can see, accredited university. Did get that diploma online though, not in person.
Back alley.
And then spent about 5 years teaching, pretty much from 1 to like 25. I mean, really, it's kind of hard to tell with some of these species.
I understand. I promise you, and she'll look at kind of look at you. I promise you, we will have a long discussion.
Okay.
About your qualifications. I do very much hope that you stay with us.
Okay, it just feels really nice in here.
Thank you. Please take a seat.
Okay, and I'll like awkwardly like get into a
beanbag cushion, because that's kind of what I'm imagining. Right? All right.
It's not like I'm
It's
used to it.
applesauce, man. Come on.
She'll look over at Blondie and kind of motion. Is there anything I can get either of you? Water. Not water.
Yeah, water's good.
No, don't. No, we're fine. Thank you. Lonnie's gonna attempt to sit down in her mini layers, like, oh,
It's like, whoa. Your beanbags.
So,
thank you for seeing us.
No problem. Kayaz is she looks older than the other Zeltrons that you have met, and probably a little bit older than the ones that you just kind of saw in the village square. She is bright pink. Her skin tone is bright pink. She is dressed in a gray but natural color, with some floral design dress, long sleeve as well. She has dark hair, raven hair to her shoulders, and she's very attractive. I wrote that in my notes. She's very attractive. But as she sits there, she'll talk. Her voice is very smooth. It's very doubting and loving. But just beneath, you can tell that maybe she does actually have teaching experience, because there's a sternness to it.
Oh, but not accredited though. So.
Maybe not accredited. My name is Kayaz. This is our village. We come here peacefully. We reside here peacefully, with the permission of the native Rishi. We are a utilitarian community. We farm the land, we harvest the lands, and we reap the fruits of our labors. Anybody is welcome to be here. We only ask that when you leave, if you should leave, that you do not disclose the location of this village, and we will never disclose that you are here. This is a place for love, and it's a place for accepting. Both of you, as well as any friends, are welcome to be here for as long as needed.
Cool.
We just ask that you do your part in either some form of farming, or in your case teaching. She'll look over to Noah. Something to help the community.
Yeah, Belinda's here really better at manual labor than I am.
It's a Montessori school.
It's Blondie. But anyway, yes, we will trade our friend here for hospitality.
Wait, what? Hold on, I don't think was that on the table. Like
Adults are talking. Caius, I would like to ask for your help as we've already taken up so much of your other villagers' time. Cookie, if you remember
Ah,
him,
yes, Cookie.
he is so wonderful. He's helping us with
He
our
is.
ship, and I really hope our repairs will go smoothly. But before all that, I'd like to ask: do you have any spare beds for? Let's see. There was 2 children. There's Quigley, and then Noah, maybe, and then of course the Brenda. So there's 6 of us.
well, I
Is
get
there
my own.
anywhere
though.
we can?
And-
Noah can sleep on the floor, but
No,
really it's fine.
I
So
sleep in the
You can
teachers.
sleep in a cabinet.
I sleep in the teachers' lounge. Someone said that there was a teacher area.
I don't
Yes.
think that exists on this planet, but okay.
It's an alien.
Yes to your question, Belandi. And I'm so glad that you're here. We Marza informed me that you are a very skilled healer.
Yes, I am.
And
I
we
mean, to
always
be-
appreciate your talents.
To be fair, no one she's treated has healed as of yet.
And then Belani's just gonna stab you in your side.
Oh God!
Oh, great.
Make a melee attack.
Yeah. So Kaias will she'll nod and be like, yes, we do have visitor quarters that are welcome, and they should be able to accommodate your group very well. As a part of our tradition, we gather quite frequently to have dinner and to break bread together, and that is what is customary when we bring in newcomers or visitors. So I do ask that you arrive. We're going to do a dinner tonight in your honor, and it'll be at sunset, and we ask that you just arrive and break bread with us.
Yeah, I will be here until we do that.
Okay.
I mean, not like
Okay.
here, but like probably the teacher's place. Oh, teacher's lounge. I'll be over there.
I think he's
Yes.
already planning to move in with y'all, but it's fine.
I'm just thinking of lesson plans, right? It's lots of stories to tell.
We will discuss. We can absolutely take as much time as you need to discuss your teaching methods. I am very interested in hearing about them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Like right now, or
No.
no? Okay.
No,
All right.
no, definitely not right now.
Yeah.
All right, and she'll not. You're welcome and free to go as you please. Again, we are a peaceful community. We don't adhere to any sort of violence.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I do have a question though as well. Do you have some sort of, I guess you could say, a way to get a message out? Is that a possibility?
Unfortunately, no. That's a little difficult for us. The way our village is located, and rather intentionally, it's we can't get communication out. The mountains are a bit too high. However,
but you do. But how do you keep all your supplies and things here? I know it's Camille, but don't you trade with anybody that comes through?
That is a good question. Yes, we do have a trading communication with the Rishi. The native species here are called the Rishi, and they live in the higher summits of the mountain. So we trade with them. They're able to get communication out and establish, have established trade routes. And we barter and trade with them for what we need, which is not a lot. The land provides most of what we need.
That's fair.
Okay, well, that's all I have left. Belandi's gonna stand up. Thank you so much again. Is it a bow? Is it a
It's whatever you want.
goodbye? Just gonna
Peace with you.
very slowly
It was nice meeting you.
back out of the room.
She'll. Are you offering her hand?
Hold on. Do you? If you touch me, am I gonna have like the things I've been trying to repress most of my life? Will that come screaming up at me?
She'll kind of recoil her hand and kind of look at you and go, "No,
It won't.
no."
Okay.
As she touches your hand, it is almost kind of like a warm liquid, going up your arm.
Oh.
It feels
hey.
warm. It feels good.
That's moist.
Feels like
Feels a
some
little
cheese on
sexy.
you.
Yeah.
I was thinking to say anything.
that's where I'm going to end it tonight.
Wait,
that is
my
where we are.
lightsaber ignites.
No.
With his lightsaber igniting. That's where we're ending it. Thank you, everyone, for coming and partying with us in Star Wars, Edge of the Empire Fantasy Flight games. Check us out not next Monday, but the Monday after that for our session 4. Aw. All right, we're going to go around again one more time. Say our goodbyes, any throwouts, anything like that, starting with Daniel.
I'm tired. Goodbye.
He works very early, so that is why we have a cutoff time, a very strict cutoff time here.
Yeah.
Jasmine.
2 more weeks. We'll be back on my channel. Woo! Maybe a podcast episode, finally. Woo! There you go. All right. Geeky No Bad.
James.
Thank you, everybody. That was awesome. I absolutely had a blast. I can't wait to see what happens next time. I have absolutely no social media presence, so don't try and follow me at all. But I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Absolutely, 100%.
Yes. And now the bane of my existence as a GM.
Hey,
Mitchell. Plug our
my
stuff.
My name is Mitchell. This has been Penny for a Tale. You can check us out at pennyforatale.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Penny for a Tale, on the Twitter, on the Twitches, on the Instagrams. If there's a penny and there's a tale to be found, you will find us there. So make sure to check it out. Keep up to date with all the stuff we are doing. Our next schedule thing is Wednesday. It is Pathfinder 2.E with Fantasticide, moving on up. And then following that, Sunday is Penny for a Tale's Age of Ashes, continuing on with that campaign for Pathfinder 2.0. And then Monday, we get to see if this GM, Alex, who plays Hans in Cult Divinity Lost...
It is awesome. Let's get a big round of applause for Alex. Being fucking awesome.
No.
Get to see if Hans will live in that game. So lots of cool things coming up. I promise. Stay tuned, and we will see you next time. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.